Hello everybody, my name is Jeffrey, and in this tutorial we're going to continue on with our world model generator class. So in this tutorial we're going to loop through every single one of the tiles in the segment. So first of all we'll loop through the y values, so y equals 0, y is less than 16, y plus plus. So then for z equals 0, z is less than 16, z plus plus. And for x equals 0, x is less than 16, and x plus plus. So, over here, what we're going to do in the x. First of all, we're going to set the sum equal to the sum of the y bit shifted to the left by 8, z bit shifted to the left by 4, and just add x to it. But before we do that, y underscore equals y bit shifted to the left by 8, because we only want to perform this calculation once every, we don't want to perform it for 41,000, no, 40,100 times. No, we want to do it way less times than that. So z underscore, well, we'll set this one equal to z bit shifted to the left by 4 plus y underscore, and here sum equals x plus z underscore. So then we'll check if the tile has already been done. So if it is visible, if it isn't visible on that side, then just continue, because we want to continue as quick as possible, and the calculations which take the least amount of time, we want to do them first, and everything that's harder to do, as like calculating the vertices and everything, we want to do that once we're sure that this tile is visible. So yeah. So, if done sum, then continue on to the next tile. Then we'll set the type equal to mask sub sum. So, then what are we going to do now? Now it's time to, well, add the vertices, but we haven't added those arrays lists yet. So running variables for arrays of vertices and indices. So public, private static array list of type world vertex vertices equals new array list world vertex. And an important thing to note is that we have to clear these array lists after we are done. So that's the first thing that we're going to do now, otherwise we'll forget it. So, and private static array list of integer called indices equals new array list integer. So on the end, vertices dot clear, indices dot clear. So, and we'll in here we'll create a method for the model, well, a variable for the model. So private static world model. So over here, model equals segment.get model. Oh, we haven't added the model to our segment class yet, so we're going to do that now. Private world model. Over here, model equals new model, and import everything. You need to initialize it as a world model. And over here, public world model get model. and return the model, yes. So sorry, model.buffer vertices. Why can we call these methods? These were protected, right? Weren't these protected? Whoa. Well, I do not like this. Well, okay, doesn't matter. Model.buffer vertices and indices. So that's done, and now we'll create a method which will generate the vertices based on the tile type, which side, the relative x, y, and z coordinates of the tile, and the amount of tiles horizontally and vertically that have to be added. So, sorry, once more. Private static void add vertices, and we want our access to the array lists, but we'll add those at the end. So int x, well no, int side, int x, int y, int z, tile type, and no, yeah, type. Yeah, we'll just get the type. And array list world vertex. Well, we don't need it because it's a private static variable. So yeah, we don't need to take those in as arguments. So over here, if side equals side.top, we'll do the top first, and then we'll copy it and paste it for the other ones. So we need to add 4 vertices. So side vertices, oh no, vertices dot add new world vertex. So over here, new vector 3f, x, y, and z. Then we need to add the color, so type.getColor. Isn't that a method? Well, we should add it as a method. And the normal, and I'll just type new vector 3f 0, 1, 0 for now, and we'll have to do that later. Well, we can do that right now. Yeah, but first tile type. Yeah, we have to return those. So public int get id and return id, public string get name and return the name, and public vector 3f get color and return color. So here, okay, and we'll create a vector array for the normals, just so that we don't have to create a new vector for every single normal, because we also want to be efficient with data on in the RAM and the cache, because, well, we want to be data efficient as well. So private static vector 3f array normals equals, and we're going to create this array. We'll create it later on because we are lazy. So normals sub side. So, and just copy this. So add 2 tabs for everyone. So over here, the x, we want to add +1 plus w and x +1 plus w. Well, it seems like we have to add another tab. Yes. So let me add a few more tabs. So over here, for the top, every y thing on the y-axis will be incremented by 1, so +1 and +1. Oh, my phone is ringing. I'll answer that in a bit once we're done. Yeah, I'm almost done. I'll finish this in the next tutorial. +1 plus h for the height, and +1 plus h. So yeah, that's it for the top. I'll add the other ones and the indices in behind the scenes, and I'll show you in the next tutorial. So that was it for this tutorial, and I hope I see you in the next one. By the way, if you can, do it yourself, but I see you in the next one. Bye!